Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
And it's going to be a wait. I mean, last time Faker played... Okay, you know, we would talk a little bit about... Is Faker going to get the POG?
Of Quantum Freaks, before they decided that more dragons is the way that we win. And that's how it sort of worked. Sponge coming on over to help DRX out as Ona thinking about finding an opportunity, and there is a fantastic Magnet Storm into a double bubble from Carrier. Gumayusi now dashing in. Teddy explodes as Faker's ultimate goes off, and that is first blood for the Lucian, and Faker able to pick one up on the back end of that one as well, and DRX change is going to be the lead here as now Sponge looking for Faker. He's just going to wander northward, but Yehu is going to be able to find that angle. There is a twisted advance in, and the explosive charge is going to be enough. Yehu locks that one down, so there's the first kill for DRX. As Rascal closing the distance onto Zeus as well, who finds himself a gold cup, but still will be culled. Don't know whether he's necessarily the meek though. As Destiny going to be utilized here. Over the wall. What about Aurelion Soul, you know, and stuff
what
like
about Corky?
But he has little feet. You know?
Yeah, I guess Corky has little feet in his lane.
Exactly. So anyway, maybe we'll see whether we can get to a point where Nami can get some movement speed scaling like Cassiopeia does. I think it would just make thematic sense. Yehu does safely rocket jump his way out. There's a lot of testing the waters here for T1, trying to find an angle, trying to get in there, and all the while just getting more things around the map.
Yeah, I will say, kind of a good advertisement for Frozen Heart with how fed
the first turret for DRX. That is certainly good news.
Yeah, obviously Chutana Great taking down those towers, and T1 had kind of moved that pressure down towards the Dragon. Faker been clearing waves on the top side, he moves mid, Guma moves towards Dragon, they get that.
That's the sole point, just for nothing there, as Grand Entrance comes in, good battle dance from Fleta, get himself out of the way of the tidal wave, but still Gumayusi takes half of Teddy's health bar by just pressing his R button. And so that's just free sole point.
Yeah, no real contest, and now they're trying to put the Herald down mid.
They succeed.
But it's difficult to really follow up and...
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, well, Teddy is just going to charge the turret. Let's see how he's going to do. As there's a Feather Storm, that gets him up there as Ona was kind of baited into this one. He will go down as the first kill, but Sponge is traded off as well. Destiny's going to come forward, and Rascal, yeah, he is just dead. It's a double kill for the Twisted Fate as Zeus not finished just yet. He could see some low health bars, and he just caught up to Gumayusi's build 6 minutes later. He finished his rapid fire cannon, wanted to put it to use.
Unless I got it. This is why they picked Xayah, because that's the only AD carry who you could send into that situation and not immediately have them get one shot.
Fleta's moving in. They do spot the fact that the Tristana is down here, is now Faker. Not going to find too much. Ulti is going to be thrown over as Yehu just dives on in. There's the flash forward. Quickness comes down, and Faker is just going to be eliminated. That's a kill for Yehu, so something on the other side of the rift here is T1. Speaking of the other side of the rift, they're going to see two people in the bottom lane and say it's Baron time.
Yeah, and you know, essentially with the Twisted Fate there, they have 2 AD carries, so it is going down fairly quickly.
Extremely quickly. For 21.5 minutes, kind of ludicrous, but now Sponge is making his way forward. Tidal Wave is going to get a lot of value as the Feather Storm comes out, and now the Magnet Storm is going to catch Teddy, and he is just obliterated. Gumayusi so much damage as he's dashing after the Renekton as well. They kept the Baron leashed, and they're going to look for that one now as T1. The foot is never coming off the gas this game.
Yeah, and the thing is, I actually like that play DRX went on the bot side.
Oh, you got to try and get something, but oh my god, okay. There's all 3 of those kills going over to the Lucian.
You got to try and get something.
It's completed already as item number 3 at 22 minutes.
Interesting, we often see like...
Okay, ulti going to connect onto Sponge here. The Unending Despair is named pretty well here for DRX right now, but Sponge is going to be able to keep himself alive, even able to walk back and get a bit of extra health from that redemption, but it's not going to save this inhibitor turret. T1 going to be able to break that one open. They've got 5 Void Grubs as well, and so the little mites helping take down these structures. So they are going to be able to break open the base. Look for a bit of a...
I think it's very hard to expect them to win this, but...
yeah. Oh dear. Teddy taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, running low on the
wasn't even on the screen. It's so unfair. It's now reacted. Oh my god, Rascal taking so much damage. Does get a decent amount of health back with the Call the Meek, but he is still really dead. And Carrier now chasing after Faker, who's running real quick. Nature grasping at T1, but Faker is just going to say, no, thank you, Mr. Tree. And Sponge is going to join his Crocodile Now a couple of 80 carries and a Rakan is all that's left of DRX to try and help this one. Shattering Strike onto Pleta, but not going to really do too much there. And T1 lost interest in the Dragon. They're just going to take this inner turret while they can.
Yep, instead of opting just to peel away, take the objective, they can keep pressuring, you know, using these sideways really effectively. Often it's Zeus pushing the wave in, the rest of them rotate over. And DRX probably just hoping they can go to game 2 at this point.
Yeah, and the inhibitor turret going to be taken down. Inhibitor will follow there as well.
He loses that 1v1 pretty hard.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a worry here as Faker is going to be pushed back into DRX. He will be taken down first off as Pleta somehow survives, but Sponge not going to be so lucky. And yeah, that 1v1 like you were talking about, the Twist Fate's going to take that as Bubble going to be avoided, but that is Featherstorm now on cooldown for Teddy. He has to be very, very careful as Yahoo diving forward, trying to find Gumayusi, who is just going to flash his way out. The Destiny going to be utilized as back in base. They're trying to defend against this Twisted Fate, and Yahoo, he's going to be put into the bubble prison. Owner is going to take the soul. Pleta will die as these cards do find him, and he will take down the Nexus. T1, an absolute flattening of DRX in game number 1.
Yeah, and a very round, a little bit better than Renekton, and looks like it might just be that Corki in the mid lane. So I think
try and create an advantage for the bottom lane.
Flip the entire game on a level 3 dive.
Yeah, and Teddy, see, trying to make this one happen. There is the crash down on top of Gumayusi, who does eventually flash. That is going to keep him alive as now Owner is making his way in, and Sponge is extraordinarily low. The Bramble Smash does push him away, but they're looking to turn it. Flash out from Owner is Teddy. Oh, he doesn't find the double tap. And there's the flash out from Carrier. Everyone is so incredibly low. As Pleta, he really wants to do it, but it's just not going to happen. Look at this, sub 100 health for both of these bottom laners. And Owner can't do anything about it because he's also excruciatingly low. Yep, the Hex Flash over as Sponge makes his way in. There it is! The crash down to interrupt the
Carrier.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Obviously didn't plan out that way.
Oh, more Hex Flash value. Here we go, Sponge. Start charging it up as Jonas Strong turns it off. And there we go. The crash down on top of him, straight into the bubble. And Teddy, he's going to be able to pick up the kill this time around.
This is what I'm talking about. You know, a good return gank. You know all this healing. But that health is still low now, and they are doing the Dragon. Sponge should just be able to secure this.
Yep. Shattering Strike comes in. That's going to trade for the culling.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Tidal Wave actually going to be utilized here as Carrier is in so much trouble. Piercing Light comes down. That is going to be Teddy locking down the kill onto the Lulu, and no rel required for that one, really.
Yep. And it was so clear that everyone watching and Carrier knew that he was
not going to step out of that one as I say it, but that's a caster curse. And those are real. Jat reminded me of it earlier on today. As Owner sidestepping really nicely, crash down on top of him, but there's the charm to come on through from Yahoo. Owner did utilize the Twisted Fate, the Twisted Advance quite well, but now it's Sponge that's in trouble. And Faker, he delivers a package, has to flash out immediately, but the Tidal Wave not going to be enough there as the Maokai picks up the kill, and Teddy has to cleanse and flash to get himself the heck out of this one. Somehow T1 gone for Dreammaker more than a lot of our other supports. If I remember correctly, all right, Owner is going to get a Magnet Storm out and is just going to take a massive amount of damage and die. Yeah, that's pretty good work here for DRX. Not a lot to fight for in the river towards this bottom side, so Owner probably just wasn't expecting the whole gang to be down here. As Zeus finding a gold card onto Rascal.
Yeah, they catch him isolated, and also when...
Oh, not going to get the sweet spot on the second Q, and may just get autoed to death. There we go. Zeus going to lock that one up. That's a solo kill. As Charm, not going to be utilized as Yahoo didn't find the angle between the minions onto Gumayusi. And we are going to see Rel charge the Rift Herald towards the inner turret. So that's a fair bit of Herald value, actually, as Teddy doing a lot.
T1 have the Banana Brush control.
Oh, that is imperative.
To start laying down poke from.
Well, we do have the Scryer's Bloom, but it's actually Zeus that takes that one away from Yahoo, misses the charm. It's just been so incredibly swift. As okay, there's the steal. Sponge likely to die, but he's done his job. And there we go. Lockdown does come on through. Fans pretty psyched about how DRX are playing this one out, at least in the stealing dragons aspect. Faker with a package to deliver. But unfortunately, DRX just not home to really pick the... Oh, never mind. They're just in their summer home in the mid lane. And Rascal is going to suffer the wrath of the deliveries.
Yep, great move by T1, able to turn that one around and get the mid lane tier 1 and also a kill there. Sponge trading life for the dragon is fine. I think you'd feel a lot better if it was any other dragon, though, being honest.
But you're the whisperer of the Chemtech. Shouldn't you be the one that tells us that actually it's fine and it's a great dragon?
No, that's not.
Oh, that's not how that one works.
That's not how it works.
Little Snowman Teddy is immediately going to cleanse, actually, get out of that gold card. Cullen comes on through and does a lot of damage to Zeus here as they're still looking to chase after. There's the Flash Magnet Storm as Yahoo is going to get immediately CC'd as he dives in. And now Sponge is in trouble. Gumyushi has red-white, and that is a dangerous time. Teddy now below 100 health. As the Destiny does come on in, and Yahoo, he's not going to survive. The Destiny doesn't really do too much as far as gate value, but still T1 going to move towards more damage to this inner turret as Ona suffers at least 2/3 of his health bar as all the connection of the moonshot.
Yeah, Faker actually going Eclipse first rather than the Malignant we typically see.
Oh, kind of nutty is. Okay, Zeus just going to avoid the charm and just wanders his way out. He's so incredibly fast. The Infernal Chains do not activate, and they finally... Oh, never mind. Okay, there it is. The third Q going to come on through. It took 4 people, not the 3 they initially invested, as now Rascal could be in trouble. Good Bramble Smash, but there's the crash down onto Ona as well. Still, the Moonshot. What's the Moonlight Vigil? That's the one.
Moonlight Vigil.
The big old ultimate from Gumyushi did a fair bit of work. And T1 able to at least convince them to leave. Still, it is an advantage for DRX. They get rid of Zeus.
Yeah, but it just feels earlier kind of takes away the pressure of wanted to secure all these dragons. They'll just lean top instead, look to take a tower. The problem is, I don't think the game necessarily gets better for them as it goes on. So sure, you know, by taking a dragon, you extend the game, you extend the... Okay, with a little hop, skip, and a jump, Sponge can make it from there to the Baron with Flash and his W. But Kerry is looking.
Yeah, they do have control vision in this area as Sponge finds himself a decent Shattering Strike. There's the package out from Faker. That is going to block them off entirely, and Sponge is thrown around like a ragdoll. There's the Moonlight Vigil. That's going to connect onto him as the Baron. Oh, that's going to be the cue to follow it up. As now Teddy looking for Faker here. He finds him, but I don't know whether he really wants to, as the Rockets not going to find the mark. Good sidestep there from Teddy as Destiny comes through just for the extra vision. The Mega Blast Cone gets them all the way away from this Baron. And Zeus, he turns up. That is going to be a gold card from a million miles away and a couple of screens. He is going to just transition into picking up the kill onto both of the damage dealers of DRX. I guess Rascal is going to be there, but he is not actually there. And T1 just going to push towards this inhibitor turret in the mid lane. I felt like that play was going to work, but I didn't know it was going to work that well, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the angle from Sponge. I love that they try to turn it into a fight.
To stand here and take these rockets, it is just going to be really difficult to defend this, and the first Nexus turret is going to go. DRX now just looking for Soul Point. If they can possibly get it. Zeus is going to say, no, you're not allowed to have that, as the charm goes entirely wide, and Zeus just does so much damage. There is the twisted advance forward from Ona, and Redemption going to come on through as well. Faker collects the kill onto the Nami that was delivered, and Sponge going to jump over his own base gate. Zeus just, as soon as he has that gold card above his head, he is so incredibly scary. And there it is. Stun going to come down onto Sponge, but wildcards do not connect. Not that they really do all that much damage anyway. 4 items Twisted Fate is pretty silly.
Yeah, he has Infinity Edge as well, so you know if you take a lot of autos from him, he'll hit, but he just chunks now.
Yeah, well, there's a Magnet Storm trying to do something here, but Ona not too worried about it, as we can see, and Sponge is just going to be taken down pretty unceremoniously. Zeus now looking for Rascal here as well, as he's tanking up the turret. And the Nexus is just going to go down. T1 with a very comfortable 2-0 to move them toward...